Welcome back to part 2 of the absolute best parfum flankers worth your time and your money. But before we get into the video, as we do every single month, I want to point your attention to fragrancebuy.ca, and especially this time of year is when they start their Customer of the Year contest. Woohoo. As they do every year, there are thousands of dollars worth of prizes that they're giving away. All you got to do is place an order for a chance to win a golden ticket. Lucky winners will find the golden ticket in their shipping box. There's also 50,000 red tickets up for grabs with various discounts and prizes. For more details, check out the first link below that like button. Do you consider yourself to be the customer of the year? If not, that's okay. Just means you don't spend a lot of money, which is fine, but prizes are cool. So if you missed the first part of this series, I'm gonna link it up here, and I did a whole preamble at the beginning. I'm gonna try to summarize it and keep it nice and short to set you guys up for this video. Why? Because I always have rhetoric behind my top lists and videos. Otherwise, they're just more arbitrary videos that are made obsolete by the next one that comes out after them. So I wanna give you guys something that's gonna stick, something that has meaning and purpose, a reason to be on your YouTube feed and on your screen right now as you're watching it. So as you guys already know, the parfum flanker is everywhere. And as you probably already know, parfum equates to the concentration of a fragrance. And as we are often told, a higher concentration typically yields higher performance. And I'm here to tell you that
you should stop thinking that way as soon as possible.
Why? Because you will save yourself a ton of headache when you buy that parfum flanker and you put it on your skin and you find that you don't smell it very well after 5 or 6 hours. Parfum does not equate to strength. It equates to vibe and behavior. And at best, it also equates to the scent, making itself distinctive from its predecessors by adding in some new element contributing to its richness. Parfum is a denser, heavier, maybe smoother concentration. It moves slowly. Again, in theory, it evaporates more slowly as well, so it could hang around in your skin longer, but that is not a guarantee, and it's definitely not a guarantee that you'll be able to smell it, actually detect it for its entire life on your skin. So if you can remove parfum equals strong out of your field of vision and just think of it as it's going to move in a certain way, it's going to be detected in a certain way. And with all that out of the way, I'm going to share with you 9 parfum flankers. Not all of them have parfum in the name, but I will explain that as we go. And we got 2 fragrances on this list that, to be honest with you, I haven't smelled yet. So how can I recommend them? I just needed to fill some spots, but these are 2 fragrances I'm super excited to sniff here on camera for you. I'm going to give you my live first impressions on them. This intro is becoming way too long. Let's get into it. Our first parfum flanker from the house of Tom Ford, we have Black Orchid Parfum in this very gaudy but beautiful gold bottle. The simplest way I can describe, I love this stuff. The simplest way I can describe this, if you don't like the original Black Orchid, you might have a better chance of enjoying this more, especially if you thought the original was a little bit too feminine smelling. This takes that very iconic DNA, that sweet, almost heady, very pervasive floral quality, made dark with this kind of earthiness. Some people say it has a crotchy quality to it. Don't take that to heart. This doesn't smell like crotch, but I see where they're coming from with that. This amps up the earthiness. I get more of this dry, damp, earthy richness behind this sweet floral quality, and that makes it a little bit more masculine in my experience. A little bit of booziness in there, lots of patchouli, maybe a little bit of fruit like plum or something. I think it smells absolutely wonderful. It keeps the elegant, standout character of the original, and it makes it even more definitive if you're asking me. It's a beautiful example of what a parfum flanker should be, in my opinion. That is Tom Ford Black Orchid Parfum. From the house of Goldfield and Banks, they are in the flanker business as of not too long ago, and this is a flanker that I really do enjoy. Now granted, I haven't tried the original, so I can't compare it to the original, but I'm fine with this for now. This is Silky Woods Elixir. And yes, Elixir is in the name, but if you do some research, this is a parfum concentration. They give it the name Elixir because of marketing. Who knew? But it's a parfum. You could call it an extrait de parfum. That is synonymous as well. Anyway, moving on. What does this smell like? This is a wonderful woody ambery scent. You get lots of vanilla. You do get quite a bit of oud, but it is done in such an elegant way that you wouldn't think it was oud. It just smells like a dry, rich woodiness, but it is technically oud. And there's quite a host of other elements like some fig and some saffron, maybe some orris. There's a lot coming together, but ultimately it is this buttery, silky, woody, sweet warm, ambery type of scent, and it just hangs in the air in this beautiful way. It's a very evening oriented fragrance. It smells perfect for the fall and winter when you want to have a fantastic impression that is noticeable but not obnoxious. Let me know if you've checked this one out. That is Silky Woods Elixir from Goldfield and Banks. We have our first of 2 fragrances that we're going to unbox here live on camera. This is a new release from the house of Bvlgari. This is Man in Black Parfum. I am not familiar with this collection very much. I tried the original Man in Black years ago, but that's about all I've checked out from this line. So let's open it up. I'm going to give it a sniff just on a blotter for now, just first impressions. I'll tell you what I think,
and then we'll just move on with the video. What do you say?
All right, here's our cute little 50 milliliter bottle. I've heard good things about this. Now, if you don't know about Bvlgari's bottles, you can lock them. You can lock the atomizer by turning it 90 degrees clockwise, and now it won't spray, and you can travel with it if that's a thing you do. It's in the air right now. I don't like to smell it up close right away. I'm liking it so far. I'm getting a smokiness. I'm getting a warm spice that is sweet, like a cinnamon maybe. Is that smoke? Maybe. I do get something kind of burning smelling. Up close, it is not what I thought it would be. This has more depth, maybe a little bit less mass appeal than I thought it was gonna have. I like this. It's not as sweet as I thought it was gonna be. It is coming across a little understated, or at least on this paper, so we'll see what Skin has to say, but I'm intrigued. I'm gonna get to know it better. I can easily say you should get a sample of this or something. Get your nose on this stuff, see what you think, but I'll be reporting back as soon as I can when I give it a wearing. That is Bvlgari Man in Black Parfum. Moving right along, this is a fragrance that has grown on me little by little, and I mean little by little. It is a fall fragrance to me, despite the name. From Prada, we have Rossa Le Parfum. And as I've noticed with this collection, it's getting less and less oceanic, if it even ever was oceanic. There is a little bit of a freshness, but when I smell this, I don't think of the ocean. This is woody and ambery. A little bit fresh, but again, not in an aquatic way. I just like the quality of this. Prada does so great with balancing their fragrances. It's not too much of any one element, but it still has a distinction to it. It is definitely tied to the original, to the collection as a whole, but there's something about it that makes it stand out. I think there's a spiciness in here that makes it stand out from the rest. I can't say it's special, but it is very well done for what it is, for being a designer fragrance. If you're looking for something easy to wear, that's going to be likable, noticeable for the evening time, mainly in the fall. You could even do summer nights. Honestly, anytime outside of summer days and the dead of winter, I would wear this fragrance. If you want something like that, maybe check this one out. Let me and everyone else know what you think. This is my favorite in the collection so far. That is Rossa Le Parfum. Still nothing to do with the ocean, but it's nice. All right, up next is a fragrance that I forgot to include in the first part of this series, so that is what prompted me months ago to say I am definitely doing a second part because I cannot leave this one out. This is from Cartier. This is Déclaration Parfum. This is a phenomenal fragrance that some of you will not like, and that's okay. Oh man, this is lovely. You gotta like cumin though. Cumin bomb. Cumin is a little stuffy. Some people say it smells sweaty. Doesn't smell sweaty to me, but it is stuffy. It is dry, but that is balanced and even a little bit freshened by some orange and by some cardamom. The cardamom brings this fresh, spicy quality. A little bit aromatic, even a little sweet. It dries down with some leather and some resins and even more spice. It's so classy. It's so elegant. It's confident smelling. You may not like this, especially if you get it on your hand or on a blotter and you smell it up close like I'm doing. I love this, so I'm doing it and I enjoy it, but you might do that when you first try it. Oh, this is incredible. This is so distinctive. Let me know if you enjoy this one. I think this is a stunning example of a parfum. It takes the original and it deepens it in several directions, making it a different functioning fragrance. All right, we've got another example of having to think outside the lines a bit when it comes to classifying the fragrance as a parfum. This is from Parfum de Marly, and they call this Pegasus Exclusif. If you go on their website, you'll see that Pegasus is an EDP. This is a parfum. It's an Extrait de Parfum. This is a beautiful fall winter fragrance. If you love that milky, almost metallic, fresh, sweet, vanillic, floral quality that is the original Pegasus. Some people say it smells like a more complex, more niche and interesting version of something like Le Male. And you add a darkness, this dark, rough, woody quality, maybe oud. You make it a little bit less fresh. The creaminess is toned down a bit in lieu of this dry quality. this roughness. It gives it a little bit more edge, maybe making it a little bit more polarizing. But if all that sounds good to you, then you're probably gonna like this stuff. I can say that if you like the original Pegasus, you'll probably enjoy this. Some of you guys might prefer one over the other. That's just how it goes. But I think this, along with Latent Exclusif, is a beautiful example of taking a well-established DNA and transforming it into something reminiscent, but not just a simple tweak, and definitely richer and denser. I love what they did with this one. That is Pegasus Exclusif. Let's talk about an Extrait de Parfum. It has the word Extrait in it, not necessarily Parfum, but Parfum is implied. From BDK, we have Gris Charnel Extrait, a Parfum follow-up to the highly acclaimed Gris Charnel, which is a beautiful fragrance. It is quite unique smelling, and they take that iconic DNA. It is so lovely. This is so good. And if anything, I can say that this takes the original EDP, Gris Charnel, and maybe makes it a little bit more masculine. It enhances some components that most guys will find more suitable for a masculine profile. It still has that fruity fig. It still has that calming green, like tea feel. It still has waxy, powdery iris, but a lot of those elements, the top floral, fruity elements, are toned down in lieu of these base elements, namely the sandalwood. The sandalwood here is more on the dusty side of things. I get dry, dusty sandalwood as it dries down on the skin. Smells very, very nighttime as per this bottle. It is a beautiful counterpart to the original. In my experience, it does have a different function than the EDP, and that is what a flanker should do, in my opinion. I think it's a great parfum. That is Gris Charnel Extrait from BDK. Here's a fragrance I just recently featured in a video giving my raw and honest opinions on a handful of new and popular fragrances, and this one is from YSL. It is their MYSLF Le Parfum. I was not expecting to receive this fragrance. For one, it was sent to me by L'Oreal, and I also was not expecting to like it because I didn't like the original very much. I gave this one an actual wearing, and it surprised me. I loved the vibe. Now, it's hard to describe this type of thing, but I can't say that the scent of it all by itself is captivating and really made me love it. It was the wearing experience. It was the vibe, the aura I was getting around me, the wafts in conjunction with what I was wearing, how I was feeling, where I was. All of that came together to make a beautiful scent profile and very enjoyable scent experience. But it is a simple scent. It is this clean white floral. I think it's orange blossom. So there's a cleanliness to it, a little bit fresh, but it has this warm, sweet vanilla, kind of ambery, and this beautiful earthy patchouli note. I think it's that patchouli that gave it some magic on the skin, on my clothes, in the air. And I know most of you guys would definitely appreciate this, but at least for me, it lasted basically all day. It was not letting up 8, 9, 10 hours later. I was easily smelling it and loving the vibe. Again, I can't speak to why I love it so much. It is just one of those things where it sparks something in my brain that my brain liked. You might not have the same experience. This might just be so simple and basic for you, but I think it has a little bit something special going for it, and definitely next to the original. That is MYSLF Le Parfum. Let me know what you think if you've tried it.
And you might be wondering, Justin, what is this second fragrance that you haven't even tried yet you're gonna feature in a video about recommendations?
I know you're wondering what that fragrance is, and it is from the house of Guerlain. This is Rouge Parfum. Was sent to me by Fragrance By. It is available there. I requested this one and they said,
sure, Justin.
Here's our bottle. The new standard style, chic, timeless. No need to change this. It looks great. Okay, immediately I am reminded of the original Rouge. Vanillic, floral, but kind of citrusy, bright, smooth, silky, woody profile. It all just kind of congeals together as its own thing that either you love or you hate. I'm getting that vibe here, but I'm getting more of a pronounced ambery sweetness, maybe a boozy quality, maybe a little bit powdery. The original is a little bit powdery too. Oh, that's rich. That's beautiful. I don't know what to say about this. This is just on paper. It's hard for me to really break down exactly what I'm smelling here. It is the original, but there's something funky about it in the best way. I don't know what that is. Almost animalic, a touch, just a touch, but it adds this very distinctive elegance to the scent that I am really enjoying. Obviously this is on paper, but I am really intrigued by this. I like it maybe a little bit more than I expected, because I did see some weird reviews about it. People saying that it was too sweet and stuff, but who knows, maybe on skin it will be. But more to come on this one. So far at first spray, this is a fantastic parfum flanker to this iconic collection, but let me and everyone else know what you think of this fragrance if you've tried it. Habit Rouge Parfum. All right, that's going to be another selection of parfum flankers. I want to know what you think of them if you've tried them. They are going to be linked down in the description if you want to check them out at Fragrance Buy and participate in their competition. And I want to thank you so much for tuning in. Peace. I'll see you in the next one.